Freedomers. I saw this video about that maybe really made me think. Um, by this Nicole Abitur girl. I forgot how to say her last name, but where she said Jay Shetty is a fraud. And when you do some real research now, it's real fraudulent. Where he makes whole videos, quoting other people. Now, my problem, I was so like conflicted within myself because it's the internet and it's not completely fraudulent where it's like other people don't do it, other people don't copy quotes, other people don't copy videos, other videos, other people don't steal people's quotes. But even when, like, for instance, when Eric Thomas first came out, it used to aggravate me how he would take other people's quotes and not give them credit. And this was before I started making serious content, right? And I don't have millions and millions of views, but she made me think and say, like, yo. She made me think, like, yo, she made me think, yo, he really is out here copying people's whole quotes without giving them credit. Like, I do that all the time. I ain't gonna hold you. That's why I lack a little empathy, because I take people's quotes all the time, and I take people's quotes all the time on Instagram, and I take their name off of it, and I put my name on it. I take people's videos all the time on Instagram, and she making me think as a content creator and as a curator, she makes me think as a content creator and a curator that, there's a problem with that. And I faced that where a young lady a couple years ago, when I reposted her stuff, somebody, even on my other page with one of my clients, I posted a Ralph Smart video, and people were commenting, this is the person who created this video is Ralph Smart. And I kind of felt bad, but he ain't respond. He ain't comment, say, why you taking my stuff? And I didn't give him credit, and I felt bad for like a millisecond, and then I didn't care again. You know what I'm saying? And hold on, let me get water here. And I was really thinking to myself, like, there's a problem with that, and there's not a problem with that. Here's the problem: if you're getting millions of, I think to some extent, if you're getting millions of views, you should be able to give somebody credit somewhere. But at the same time, the clause is it's the internet, and because most people are sheep, where they're not creating content to make money, they're just watching people's content. As I switch out of that watching people's content idealisms to creating content, I would be upset too if somebody stole a whole concept of my video and they didn't give me no sort of credit at all. I get the emotional understanding of being upset because somebody did that. And that's where you have to have some level of, even though the girl who made a video is a bigot too, to some extent, but at the same time, I can't say she's a bigot because she does things for the clout, the Nicole girl, but she had a valid point where she was like, yo, you steal like whole quotes, like you can literally, and I've seen, and everybody does this, where you can literally see him make whole videos I mean whole videos where you can Google just about everything that he said is from somebody else. And one of the reasons why, and he may give his own little spunk about like about of his voice, but like he would make a video, a meme on a whole video. And I even thought about that, making a video on a meme that you've seen. And I do that to some extent too, but like he makes a career out of it. So I'm trying to figure out where's the wrong in it, but it's not about where's the wrong in it. It's about you're not original. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, with the rules of the internet, you just have to really think to yourself, it's not about if it's the original, it's about you can be successful by just copying the right cat. And that's not really fraudulent per se. When you really think about it, you feel what I'm saying? Don't mind, I'm just making my tea. Don't worry, I'm gonna make it like a real editorial type of video and soon today. But like, is he a fraud? Because he just copies memes and he makes videos, or did he find his own niche? But it also, but he makes it seem like it's his own content, like it's his own videos, like it's his own thought. Like the problem is, I think where the problem is that he's making himself seem like a thought leader, and he's not. A lot of his stuff is curated, and like I'm trying to not be totally unempathetic because I do it myself, but at the same time, you're like, yo, where is you? Oh, okay. Where is your like original? You said your quote, your wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Your spark of the divine. You feel what I'm saying? And that's where the problem comes in. It makes you look like a fraudulent individual. Where I think like I said, Eric Thomas was doing that at one point, and he stopped because I guess people started to say, yo, it looks in his circles like, yo, that looks fraudulent if everything you're saying is from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You don't, because you're a motivational speaker, you don't want to look unintegral because you're getting, it's not that you can't use other people's quotes, but you're heavy on using other people's quotes. And I think that's where the problem lies. He is extremely heavy in using other people's content, and there's no problem with that because like people like Brother Ben X do that, where he uses Louis Farrakhan's content and he monetized it. He used other people's content and he monetized it. You feel what I'm saying? And he puts his name on it. Like people like Brother Hassan on Instagram do that, and he uses people's content. And he doesn't put their name on it all the time. He doesn't always give credit. And like I see this all the time. I see this often, more often than none on the internet, where people take other people's content and they don't put their name on it. And because especially if it's not branded well. If you don't brand yourself, and like I'm caught between branding and being a fraud. You know what I'm saying? It makes you look at like, yo, if you don't brand yourself well, like, originals always stand out. But it's difficult because he doesn't look like I don't care for his status, but I've never really cared for him in any way. But you know, it makes you think. All you have to do due to this internet age is be consistent and copy the right cat. Because if you can make millions just copying the right cat. And but like, for instance, there's motivational videos that, I mean, they do give credit. Some do give credit on where they got the videos from, where they got the clips from. I don't think all do though, but that's why I'm tired. It's so oftenly done that I think she even said in the video, I had people with blue checks inboxing me saying, "Yo, he copied my shit too." So that's where I'm like in a debacle where it's like, is it really a problem, or can you, or can you really get upset, like, but you can't at the same time? And, or like, in other words, he would see a post and he would like make a video out of it, and I don't, as a marketer, I'm not seeing the problem in that, because again, it is the internet. But that's like if you um sell juice. Like, okay, that's a great example. If you sell juice, like liquor in the juice, that's what they call that. And there's plenty of them. When you go down to the beach, there's different kinds. So much to the point where people say, "Yo, are you the guy I just met who sold me? Are you affiliated with the guy who just sold me this type of juice?" And it's gonna come to you what it's called, like rum punch, stuff like that, right? Are you affiliated with the guy who just sold me this? So they don't read. So people in the internet sense, people don't really care if they're getting value from it. You know what I'm saying? Um, and people with blue checks don't call him out because say he's a fraud, because it's like it's not that much of a problem where it's like, damn, if he stole my quote, and but at the same time, you have to ask yourself, can you be taken seriously if you're not original? You know what I'm saying? That's what you have to ask yourself. Can you be taken seriously as a thought leader of any kind if you're not original? And I get some stuff you plagiarize, or you copy, but if most of your content is not original, it's curated, are you original, or have you mastered curating the clout? You know, or the trend. You know, they say the same thing about Nicki Minaj. They said the same thing about all that. You stole people's style and all that. Like, for instance, I saw a song that's called Chung Lee on Wale's album, which came out before Nicki Minaj, and I was like, wow, she just stole the title, put a different beat on it, and rapped on it. Rapped. You see that in music all the time, stealing titles. You know, so I'm like, is it really a problem? Because they do it in entertainment. And because it's not, I don't know, because it's not such a huge problem. Like, it's done all the time. I don't know. I don't see it as a huge problem. But again, still goes back to the question: can you be taken seriously if nothing you or 80% of the stuff you post is not original? It's curated. And more importantly, you're seeing it as if it's your own, and it's not. Like, again, Tom Bilyeu does that, but he gives credit. And he also implements his own wisdom in there as well. You know? So, yeah. So, comment your thoughts below. And, like, it's so, because so, this happens so often that most people don't even know. Like I said with the music industry, many people copy each other's titles and just rap on a different beat with maybe a different concept, sometimes similar concept. So, and sometimes, like, for instance, Chung Lee was, like I said, Chung Lee was on Wiley's album For Lauren, or I forgot what mixtape it was on, and uh, Nicki Minaj did it, and it was larger. It made more income. It made more numbers, right? It made more numbers. She won awards for it. And Wiley could have been like, "Damn, she stole my title," and boop boop boop. And but at the same time, you would look petty. Like, you would look like, so, and to most people, because it's like, it's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? Because if yours was that good, it would have been popular like that, I guess. But it's just about who makes it look the best. It's all about perception in that regard. So that's it. Whoever controls perception wins. Peace.